is where we're trying to get to, where we can say, I made it. All of us want to be there, right? We want to be in that place where we said, I made it. Here, God gave me this scenario where many of us go through life sometimes, and the enemy attacks us on the way to I made it. And while we're headed there, he deals with us and he'll do certain things, and but it's all right. We still moving. We still making it. And the enemy don't normally hit you that cute though. But he deal with you. But we make it, and we get to this place, and we make it to our destination. But we made it, and our board was fully intact. This is the nature, and God knows that's a sweet thing. But let me be honest with you, it don't always happen like that. Because many times, come on, man of God, many times when the enemy comes, he deals with us in such a way that when he comes, he does stuff like this. And he takes a piece and he tears it and he throws that piece away. Good catch. And he keeps on coming. Go quickly. Do what you need to do. And he's working and he's tearing pieces. And he's just throwing the pieces away. That's what he'll do when he'll snatch somebody out of your life all of a sudden. There are times and he'll tear and he'll break, and he's tearing and he's breaking. Good catch, Sister Mary. Yeah, and he keeps on tearing and he keeps on breaking. This is the nature of the enemy. And God began to show me some things, because after he does, the enemy will leave you and leave you high and dry. Anybody know that kind of enemy? He'll leave you, and it'll leave you out there looking stupid and looking stranded and look like it's all over. But God began to deal with me, because he took my mind back to the scriptures. He said, God, I am, and because I am God, I specialize in dealing with broken stuff. I said, God, what do you mean? He said, don't you remember the first communion? When I had the first communion, he said, I took the bread, I blessed it, and then I broke it. I said, God, what do you want us to see? He said, because of me breaking the bread, it allowed me, my body, to be a blessing to every generation and everybody that would come after. I said, God, what do you want me to see? He said, don't you remember when I fed 5,000? Don't you remember there were only 2 fish and there were 5 loaves? I said, God, what do you want me to see? He said, when I blessed it, I also broke it. I said, what do you mean, God? He said, the blessing didn't come until I broke it. Y'all ain't catching this. He said the miracle didn't come when I blessed it, but the miracle came when I broke it. I said, God, what do you want me to see? He said, look at what you just showed my people. He said, because some of the people missed the miracle, because the miracle they thought was something else. But when you look at both scenarios, you look and see that he made it, and he made it on a full board. But this one right here was a little bit different. God says he went through some brokenness, but he wasn't the only one that made it, but he made it even though he made it on a broken piece. What are you saying, preacher? I'm saying to some of you that the enemy is breaking up stuff in your life, and he's breaking you down to a point that it seemed like you weren't going to make it. But God wants you to know that you still gonna make it, even if you make it. I feel like preaching on a broken piece. Who am I talking to in here today that no, you didn't come here on a board? Because some of you didn't have no man to help you. Ain't nobody getting this. Some of you didn't have a large bank account to get you to I made it. Some of you didn't have the support of your friends and your family members turn their back on you. I ain't talking to everybody, but there are a few of you fall, not because you had a whole lot, but God bless you to make it on a broken pizza. Will you shake your neighbor's hand, sit next to you, and tell them,